All right, let's dive into a topic that is, well, it's impossible to ignore right now. I'm talking about artificial intelligence. It's the tech that's on everyone's mind, promising to change, well, just about everything. And when you strip away all the hype and all the jargon, every single conversation about AI really boils down to this one fundamental question. Is this technology here to be our partner, or is it going to be our replacement? The truth is, AI is a classic double-edged sword. On one side, you have this unbelievable promise. We're talking breakthroughs in efficiency and discovery that were pure science fiction just a few years ago. But then there's the other side of the coin, the peril, the disruption, the hidden biases, and that nagging fear of being made obsolete. Okay, so let's really dig into this, starting with the good stuff. What is this incredible promise that has so many people so excited? Well, just look at a field like medicine. AI is already a total game changer. It's spotting diseases in medical scans with a level of accuracy that sometimes even surpasses a trained human eye. It's like giving every doctor a super-powered assistant. Or in finance, where it's stopping fraud in its tracks, instantly. The big idea here is AI as a partner, a tool that can amplify our own intelligence and free our minds up to focus on the things that really require a human touch. But that's only half the story. This isn't some niche technology that's only going to affect a few industries. The ripple effect of AI is spreading across the entire economy, and honestly, it looks like no profession is going to be left untouched by its disruptive power. And just look at the sheer scale of this change. We are so far beyond just factory floors or data entry now. We're talking about doctors, lawyers, educators, even creative artists are using AI tools. What this means is that the very nature of these jobs is changing, forcing everyone, and I mean everyone, to rethink what their role is going to look like. And of course, with that kind of massive disruption, real challenges are going to follow. And these aren't some vague, futuristic what-ifs. They are very concrete risks that we need to get a handle on now. We can actually group them into 5 major threats. So, what are they? Let's break down these 5 key threats to really understand what's at stake. First up, the big one. The one that's on everybody's mind, job displacement. As AI gets smarter and more capable, millions of roles that involve routine tasks are at risk. The real question isn't just if some jobs will disappear, but whether we can adapt and retrain people fast enough for the new jobs that will be created. Threat number 2 is a little more subtle, but it is so important. It's the hidden danger of bias. See, we tend to think of computers as objective, but an AI is only as good as the data it learns from. And if that data reflects our own human biases, well, the AI will learn and even amplify those biases, leading to unfair outcomes in really critical areas, like who gets a job or who's approved for a loan. All right, number 3 is a threat that's less about our jobs and more about, well, us, our own skills. If we start to over-rely on AI for everything, if we outsource our thinking, what happens to our own ability to think critically, to solve complex problems, or to connect with other people through empathy? That's a real concern. Number 4, this is where we get into a real ethical minefield. AI gives governments and huge corporations an unprecedented ability to monitor and analyze our lives. And that power raises massive questions about our privacy, our personal freedoms, and, where we as a society decide to draw the line. And finally, threat number 5 is security. In the wrong hands, AI becomes an incredibly powerful weapon. We're talking about everything from hyper-realistic deepfakes designed to spread misinformation to supercharged cyber attacks, all the way to autonomous weapons. The potential for global instability is significant. Okay, I know, that's a lot, and it sounds pretty daunting. But this is not a story about doom and gloom. It's a call to action, which brings us to the solutions. And there's a clear 3-level plan for how we can navigate this new reality. So, where do we start? Well, it starts at the ground floor. Level 1 is the individual. It's about you and me. What can we do right now to get ready for this AI-powered world? It really comes down to 2 things. First, you have to commit to being a lifelong learner. You don't need to be a coder, but getting a basic grasp of AI and data is gonna be essential. And second, you have to double down on the skills that make you uniquely human. Your creativity, your critical thinking, your empathy. Use AI as your tool, your co-pilot, not your replacement. Okay, so that's us. What about level 2? What's the role of the organizations, the businesses, and the institutions we all work for? What's their part in all of this?
Look, businesses can't just drop AI into their workflow and hope for the best. They have a huge responsibility to invest in their people, to reskill and upskill their workforce for the future. They also need to be transparent and develop clear ethical rules for how AI is used. The goal should be to create hybrid roles where humans and AI work together, each doing what they do best.
And that brings us to the very top, level 3, society and policy. Because this challenge is just too big for any one person or any single company to solve on their own. We have to zoom all the way out.
This is where we all have to come together. We need smart, forward-thinking regulations from our governments. We need social safety nets to support people whose jobs are disrupted. And because this is a global technology, we absolutely need international cooperation to manage the biggest risks and make sure AI is developed safely and for the benefit of everyone.
So, when you put it all together, what's the big message here? It's not be afraid of the robots, not at all. This isn't a warning to fear technology. Think of it as an urgent call to action, a call to adapt, and to do it thoughtfully and intelligently. Because here's the thing, the future isn't something that just happens to us. We are all actively building it right now. We know AI is going to reshape every single profession out there. That's pretty much a given. So the final question isn't about what AI is going to do. The real question is, what are you going to do? How will you reshape yourself?